Hi guys, welcome back. Well, today I have a little surprise for you. This is a lesson for Monday, April 20th. This is going to be a grammar lesson. I know how much you guys love doing grammar, and I think it's important to finish some things that we were supposed to learn in the rest of the year. So I'm going to quickly do a unit on subjects and predicates, and I have my PowerPoint set up here. And we're going to this week spend time identifying the subject of the sentence and the predicate of the sentence. Okay, those are two very important parts of a sentence because you can't have a sentence if you don't have both of these parts. All right, so my first slide here says every complete sentence must have two parts. It must have a subject, it must have a predicate. Okay, so let's switch slides here. It says, what is the definition of a subject? All right, the subject is always going to tell who or what the sentence is about. And I'm going to show you some examples. All right, here they are. A subject, we have three sentences. It says, the big dog was barking. And remember, I just said the subject of the sentence has to tell who or what. So I can ask that question to find the subject. Who or what was barking? Well, the big dog was barking. All right, the next sentence. Mom and Dad are home. So I can change it into a question. Who or what are home? And if I can answer the question, that's going to tell me what the subject of the sentence is. Who and what are home? Well, Mom and Dad are home. So that is the subject of our sentence. It's underlined for you here. All right. The next sentence says, her family is moving. So who is moving? Her family is moving. Answer that question, you're able to find the subject. All right. So here's some more examples. Barry and Tia are friends. What is the subject of the sentence? Well, I have to answer the question who. So Barry and Tia are friends. So Barry and Tia are the subject of the sentence. The pizza is delicious. What is the subject of the sentence? Well, if I can answer the question who or what, in this case, it's going to be a what. What is delicious? The pizza is delicious. So if I were able to do this, I would underline the pizza is the subject of the sentence. And the next one, what is the subject of the sentence in this slide? I'm going to give you a minute to think about it here. It says the whole class was in line. What is the subject of this sentence? The whole class was in line. I have to answer who or what. So, the who was in line? The whole class. I would underline the whole class. That is the subject of the sentence, okay? So, I know we'd slow down if we were actually in class doing this. All right, let's change my slide to predicates now. The predicate of the sentence tells what the subject does or what the subject is. All right, so who or what is doing something. We have to look at the predicates now and answer some questions because we were just answering questions about the subject. So he reads every night. The predicate tells what the subject is doing. The subject is he because that's our who. What is he doing? Reading every night. The predicate has to include the verb. What is the verb? The verbs show action. He's reading. Okay, he reads. So let's look at the next sentence. Grandma cooked spaghetti. All right, what is the predicate of the sentence? The predicate is going to tell what is happening. Well, spaghetti is being cooked. So these two words would be underlined to show the predicate of the sentence. What is the subject? Well, it's got to answer the question who, so we can say who cooked the spaghetti. We know that grandma cooked the spaghetti. So grandma is the subject. What is she doing? She cooked the spaghetti. Again, the verb is cooked. There's action happening there. Okay, so we have to include the verb in the predicate. And the last one, we drove to California. What is the predicate of the sentence? It's always going to tell what the person is doing or what the people are doing. So, drove to California tells what's happening. The predicate always tells what's happening. They're driving to California. And who is the subject? The subject is we because it answers the question who or what. All right, so subject, predicate. All right, so here's a hint. The predicate always starts with the verb, whether it's an action verb, a linking verb, or a helping verb. All right, so what is the predicate of the sentence? The water felt ice cold. I'm going to give you a second here. The water felt ice cold. What is the predicate of the sentence? If you said felt ice cold, that tells what's happening. It also includes the verb. So you would underline these three words right here. Felt ice cold. What is the predicate of Jackson sung a solo? Jackson sung a solo. The predicate has to tell what's happening. Sung a solo is what's happening. It includes the verb. We would underline these three words. That's the predicate of the sentence. The subject is what? The subject would be Jackson because it tells who. Here's another one. They took a long lunch break. What would be the predicate of the sentence? I'm going to pause for a minute here so you can think. If you said took a long lunch break, that tells what's happening in the story. You would underline all of these words for the predicate. What is the subject of the sentence? The subject is they. Okay, they took a long lunch break. All right, so let's do one more together. He ran to answer the door. What is the subject of the sentence? Well, if the subject tells who, I'll give you a minute to think. He is the subject. And what is he doing? The predicate is going to tell us what's happening. The complete predicate would be ran to answer the door. So the directions here say put one line under the subject and 2 lines under the predicate. So I would put 1 line here, 2 lines here. Ran to answer the door. And one more. The old car needs tires. What is the subject of the sentence? The subject tells who or what. In this case, it's a what. The complete subject would be the old car. And what does the old car need? It needs tires. So we would underline the old car once to show the subject, 2 lines under needs tires to show the predicate or what's happening in the sentence. And remember, my verb is needs. Okay? So that's what subjects and predicates are. The verb is always part of the predicate. The subject always has a what? Tells who or what. Okay? So, just like in class on Mondays, we don't really have an assignment for this one. This is just an introduction to what subjects and predicates are. Tomorrow I will have a little activity for you to do, and maybe we can do some task cards on Thursday, okay? And we'll see how we do. So subject tells who or what, predicate tells what's happening. All right, so we're going to practice this. But this is our grammar lesson for this week, and that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.